So we saw the complete working of the app in the previous section of the video. Now we'll going over on how we actually code. Since it's running Android Studio, there are two main files which are generated. So the first one is the Java files, which contains the actual code and connecting to the backend, etc. And the other are the XML file, which contains the designs. Apart from these XML files, there are certain other XML files which are used for icons and everything. So let me just run the app in an emulator and show you how it's working. So the Gradle is building and an APK is formed and installed in this Android virtual device. Once it's run, the first screen which would pop up is the splash screen, and the second screen which is sign in here or register. So let us do one thing, let us register. I'm registering using a simple name, say Bhavesh Singh, and I'll use a simple email ID bhaveshs@gmail.com. Let us take the password as 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and hit register. So it will ask us for our skills. So let us take Java and R as the current skills. So okay, let us now go over on how we did it. First, obviously the splash screen activity, it redirects us to the login activity or the register activity as the user wants. After that, a profile skill page is opened. This skill page contains checkboxes, various checkboxes, and as soon as the user updates the information in the checkboxes, the information is uploaded on Firebase. Let me show you the Firebase console as well. So this is the authentication panel. Over here, all the signed in users will display. So we signed in using a ID called Bhavesh. So let me just refresh. Okay, so this is the ID which we just signed in at, and it will display the date and everything. And over here, the real-time database, there are all the information which is stored on the app. Everything is stored in this real-time database, and the images and everything are stored in the storage section. So there would be a section called users. Over here, this is Guru, this is Kritik, this is Rita, this is Shubham, this is Ansh, this is Ishan, and this is Bhavesh. This is the ID I created right now, and in skills I added Java and R. Okay, so now let us go over to this. This is the, so basically on the home screen there are 5 fragments. All these fragments are created using obviously fragments in Android Studio, and it's pretty much same like an activity, just there are some functionalities which differ. So on the home fragment we are displaying various posts, and each of these posts are designed in a XML file called row XML, row post. Let me just show you that XML file as well. So as you can see, this is a dummy post for every post. Like every post would be a copy of this, just replacing these titles, and it all is present in a scrollable view, so the user can scroll through everything. And the same method we have implemented everywhere. Like for this comments, we have created a file called row comments, wherein we give a dummy comment and display it in a scrollable view as well. Similarly, for likes, we are doing this. Obviously, the user can like, comment, or chat to that person. Suppose I like it. Okay. So the next step is we can see the users. Over here are all the registered users, and we can choose to see their profile or chat. So I'll choose chat for a while and type in a text. Hi, I would like to connect. Since this app is aimed at improving the skills and growing the network of a user, therefore we have confined it to including the skills and everything related to technology and all the events that are happening in or out the college. The user can obviously add his post, and as soon as he adds this post, the same information would be uploaded on the Firebase database. Then obviously the user can open his chat, see all his current chats, and the last message of the chat which is there would be displayed over here. Apart from that, he can edit his skills as well. As soon as he edits, the same would be updated in the database. He can update his everything over here, and the same would be updated in the database as well. everything is done using Firebase classes, which are very easy to integrate with Android Studio, but the commands could be a little bit tricky. So Firebase provides many dependencies like Firebase Auth, Firebase Database, Firebase Storage, which we need to include in the Gradle files, and after that the SDKs would be downloaded, and once the SDKs are downloaded, we can use the libraries which the Firebase offers. And using those libraries, we can send data to the Firebase database, and we can retrieve data from the Firebase database. This is a Firebase database. Over here we have different nodes for everything. Like this is the chat list. Inside there would be different users. These are user IDs. So the chat list would display the user IDs, and according to the user IDs, the name and the last message would be displayed. This is the chat node wherein all the chats of every user would be stored. This is a likes where likes would be stored, notifications would be stored, posts. Like basically for every function we have created different nodes, and inside there are very much many data, and according to the data we can display it accordingly wherever we need. So suppose we go on this user panel and click on profile. We can see the profile of any user, and if he has added any post we can see that as well. Suppose we go on Ritarvata, we can see that he has added 2 posts. We can choose to comment or like or chat with him accordingly. Okay, so let's go over to the most interesting feature of this app, which is the notifications. So why notifications so special? Currently I have no notifications since I'm a new user and my skills don't match to any of the posts they have added. So what happens is, as soon as I update my skills and any user updates a post wherein my skills are mentioned, I'll get a notification regarding that particular post, that this user has added this post because that contained my skills. So we are doing this obviously using database itself. As soon as we are adding the skills, we are including that in the notification section as well. There are many inbuilt functions which we have used, and we have created our own functions to make this happen, and accordingly we'll get the notifications. So this was the overall working of the app. As you can see, there are many libraries and many Java files which we have created. We have given the description of every Java file on a GitHub repo, so you can check that out. And so that was basically it. We can log out using this button, and it will redirect us to the splash screen and then the login register screen.